What can you do to enhance your relationship with your customers? Look for the little things. Secondly is this statement, and this rule is probably even more important. Never promise more than you are willing to deliver. It's better to focus on doing fewer things and do them in an excellent capacity than it is to try to be all things to all customers and end up functioning on a mediocre level. You look at the market leaders in practically any area of our economy, and generally they are the market leaders because they focus on doing fewer things but doing them better than anyone else. Never promise more than you're willing to deliver. I experienced that going to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I went by this little Greasy Spoon restaurant. Had a big sign out front. It said, all the orange juice you could drink for 50 cents. I thought, great, I love orange juice. Pulled in, sat down the counter, plopped down my 50 cents. He poured me a glass of orange juice. I gulped it down. I said, let me have some more. He poured me another glass of orange juice. I gulped that down. He says, that'll be 50 cents. I said, I just gave you 50 cents. The sign says, all you could drink for 50 cents. He said, that's right. That's all you could drink for 50 cents. I looked at him, I said, let me have a hamburger. He plopped down the greasiest looking hamburger I've ever seen. He said, you're going to eat it here or take it with you? I said, well, I hope to do both. I said, let me have a cup of coffee. He poured me a cup of coffee. I said, is that regular or decaf? He said, what do you want? I said, decaf. He said, then that's what it is. But never promise more than you are willing to deliver. Now here's the third rule I'm going to tell you, and you might not agree with what I'm about to say. And that's okay, because if two of us agree with everything, then one of us isn't necessary. But here's the statement. The longer we are in business, the more out of touch we get with the needs of our customers. The longer we're in business, the more out of touch we get with the needs of our customers. Now some people say, wait a second, that's not true. The longer you're in business, the more experience you have, the more knowledge you acquire, the more proficient you become. Well, that should be the case. And I'll grant you, with some people it is the case, but generally it is not the case, and I think I can prove it to you. You look at the companies who were in the Fortune 500 list 25 years ago, well over half of them are not there today. Well, why? If experience was such a good teacher, that list should change very little. Once you made it to the top, you'd stay there because you have the knowledge, the experience, the expertise. Well, that list is constantly changing, constantly evolving. Why? Because companies begin to take employees for granted. Employees start taking the company for granted. Together, they take the customers for granted. They get stuck in ruts and routines. They become too easily satisfied with mediocrity. They resist change. They become apathetic in their relationships. You see this apathy occurring in marriages. You women, remember the first time your husband came to pick you up on a date before you were married? He thought there was some competition then. He wanted to be at his best. He told you to be ready at 7 o'clock. Half an hour after 7, he was still patiently waiting for you. You walked out the car. He opened the door for you, sat you down, took you out to a great place to eat. How about after you've been married a number of years? It's your anniversary. He says, get ready. You're going to Chuck E. Cheese. Remember, women, how he used to open the car door for you? Now you got to open your own car door. You still got one foot on the curb and he takes off. You're driving down the interstate at night in a rainstorm. You have a flat tire. He doesn't even hold the flashlight steady for you. But what is it? We've got to combat that tendency inside of us to take our relationships for granted. And what is it we're competing to do? The thing that we're competing to do is to serve. That's what, first of all, we are and should be, is servants. Most successful entrepreneurs, leaders, servants first.